So, anything else for me?
Are you Fey?
No. I'm human. That's another thing you guys probably don't know. Part of this rebellion is sort of a moral thing. See, Kronos has this big anti-Fey sort of thing going on. Supposedly it's illegal to sell people into the slave trade, but the Fey are seen as sort of, well, what's the best way to put it? Animals. Yeah, undesirables. Basically, you can kill one and get off scot-free. There's really no regulations. The land's kind of a cluster, whatever you want to call it.
Well, as I have blood of dragons in me, this seems like problem.
This is problem.
Not for you, it's not. You at least look human.
Well, he's a dwarf. Most dwarves are okay, but typically you're expected to take some sort of either guardian or scholarly role working for a human.
I look like neither.
You're a freak. You're screwed.
He is a fish.
Smells like one.
As Chris now plots his revenge.
I'm going to kill all of them.
So, tomorrow we journey to Gray. It's about a 3-hour journey further north. Anybody got any objections or questions?
No. I don't believe I have any.
Okay. Promise all the rest is going to be revealed in due time, but you have to trust us. We're your best bet right now.
Well, it's you guys who kept us from being slaves, so this is okay with me.
Ink raises his hand.
Yes, Ink. Cat person. I mean, little person. I mean, no metagaming. You.
That was a best recovery. 10 out of 10 landing. Oh, that was Olympic status right there.
You.
Dirk Rogers.
Yeah?
We allowed to kill him too?
If need be.
Oh, there's need.
Yeah, why the hell not?
I'm on board.
No, you're not. You're off the ship now.
I raise my drink laughing and throw it back.
So you guys all hang out for a while, and it's starting to get a little late.
I drink as much of this ale as that money paid for.
The bartender seems to be pretty satisfied with the amount he got and seems to keep bringing it out.
I drink a dwarvenly amount of ale.
You drink a dwarvenly amount of ale. Successfully. You have successfully dwarvened yourself. You are dwarven drunk.
Ink's just going to drink one.
I'm going to take a sip and decide I don't like it.
All right, you don't like it.
Did we give Luna anything to drink?
That is up to Leon.
A drunken little dragon would be adorable.
Drunken dragon, DD. Drunkards and dragons.
Drunkards and dragons.
Dungeons and drunkards. So you guys are, after kind of, drinking the night away, you are all led up to a room. It's pretty bare. It's really just a bed and a little generic nightstand. Well, there's 2 beds in a room. It's a queen-sized bed, though. You can fit 2 people in there. And then there's a desk and a chair. And Finch is also going to one of the rooms as well. There's 2 rooms. And you guys are welcome to sleep however you'd like.
Ink is sleeping on the floor.
Right, so Ink sort of curls up on the floor. Much like he's used to.
I also just roll up part of my cloak and lay on the floor. I'm used to sleeping on stone.
Finch has given himself a bed.
How many beds are there?
Well, there's 3 left still.
I'll take one.
Okay. And I'm assuming then Crest and Malgriff, you guys are going to take the other 2?
Yes, a bed would be nice.
Okay. So you guys all
Are you sure
settle
you
in
don't
for
want
the
to
night.
pour some water in a vase and sleep in there?
So you guys all settle in for the night, and you rest pretty quick. You fall asleep pretty quickly, and you rest pretty fully. It's a full 8 hours. No interruptions.
During the night, I would like to curl up at the end of Leon's bed.
Okay. So you all wake up the next morning, and Finch begins to pack up and put back on his armor. Everybody ready to head out?
Yes, I believe so.
So you would have noticed when he had his shirt off sleeping, he is a very scarred back that looks like he's been whipped multiple times across the back over possibly many years. He carries a very long rapier, but it's almost oversized. It's actually really thick around, and it's actually got sort of a bladed point even all the way down, so it actually could slash and stab.
So it's a saber?
It's kind of a saber, but it's not as flat.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
It's a very unique weapon. It's really not like one any of you have ever seen before. And
Can I tell how well it's crafted?
immaculately.
Okay,
This is a gorgeous sword. This is the kind that a king would have.
perfect.
And when he sort of he actually, when he resheaths it, because he has it's not a full sheath, it's more of a what's the best way to put it? It's more like just a little spot sort of on his side that it slides into, and the blade still kind of hangs out the back.
Mm-hmm.
As he slides it through, it makes a almost bird-like whistling sound.
If Ink's ears could stand up, they would.
Except they're hidden under your hat.
Exactly.
I just see the hat raise.
And if any of you are any of you good at metalworking or crafting or anything?
I'm proficient in Smith's tools, so I would assume that I'm proficient in smithing.
Yeah, so you probably know
Same here.
So both you dwarves then would have also noticed that there are a very fine sort of almost bevels into the steel that would make it more aerodynamic. It would slide through the air very gracefully. And you imagine that these also would create a whistling sound.
I see now why you have your name. I like it. It is a wonderful sword.
I appreciate it. It was a gift.
A kingly gift.
Yeah. A kingly gift. All right. We marching now?
Sooner the better.
All right, my friends. Let's go. And he begins walking out of the tavern and through the city towards the north. So you guys you journey for about 3 hours, and you come upon this is a very large city. These houses are very well built. You start out, it's sort of like the opposite of going towards coming out of Blackwater. You start out with farms, although these are better kept up. They're very large, very abundant crops. Then the city sort of thickens up into large buildings, the equivalent of apartments, multi-story houses that you imagine multiple families would live in. And you come into a very open sort of courtyard, and there is a giant castle in front of you. The stereotypical medieval castle.
Ink would like to fall back to the back of the pack.
I am now sketching the shape of the castle.
I have a question for Flint.
All right, there's nobody named Flint, so.
I'm not Finch.
Yeah.
Finch.
Uh-huh.
You said the adventures. Is it a prophecy or is it written down?
It's all over the place. The Fae believe it with all their heart.
We need a cat.
Some of the drawings show a cat.
But thinking about it, it might be his tiny dragon.
Could be the dragon. Now, we don't know for sure that's you guys, but honestly, people don't exactly make it here from the other side. Now, We're going in. You walk through sort of the inner workings of the castle, which is also a well-guarded sort of more noble marketplace. And then to the actual main body itself, which they lead you into a door, and you are marched through a hall. Upon entering, it's a stone-walled castle, mostly lit with sort of candelabras and a couple chandeliers as well. There's a red carpet that runs down a long hall, and there are these intricate statues along the sides. It looks like each one is a different knight. They appear to have been carved in the likenesses of somebody. Each one is sort of a different personality in the way it stands and the armor it wears. And each one has a nameplate below it.
I'd like to just kind of pay attention to these, obviously, as a dwarf who is into both stonework and smithing. These are very interesting to me.
They are very well made. And that, like I said, they are all unique. It looks like each one of these, a different artist could have done each one, and they all took a lot of time. So you imagine, just by the names and their appearances, these are either former knights who have passed away in battle, or maybe they were just some of the highest guard at the time. You're not really sure.
Cool.
Ink doesn't care about the statues. He just wants to get to the guy.
Okay, so you go through the hall. There's, rooms here and there, but for the most part, it is a straight hall into a large door, and you're in a throne room. Sitting on the throne is a probably late 30s individual with a little bit of a beard. He has long brown hair, and he wears a small, sort of a kilter crown. He wears a long, sort of almost paladin-like robe. He has a very strong jawline, and he has a sword at his side. And he stands as you enter. Well, Finch, is this them? And Finch sort of nods, and then he walks around to the side of the throne. On one side is a very, very old man, possibly the advisor to the king. And so on one side of King, who you assume is King Landon, is a very old man, kind of decrepit. You assume he's the advisor to the king. And then on the other side is Finch. And you guys are sort of standing in a line in front of this man.
Ink does not bow.
He doesn't really seem to expect you to.
Ink does not like authority.
I'm just kind of looking around, observing all like the stonework, the architecture, the people, just kind of feeling it out.
So there's actually a few other people milling about, but those seem to be the main ones. There's a few knights along the side, and a few just sort of noblemen-looking individuals, and maybe a couple of entertainers as well.
Are they any
throne
good?
room, they're not doing anything right now. They've all grown silent for you. The throne room itself is very beautiful. It actually has carpet along the entirety of it. It is red, almost continuous with that which ran through the hall. There are some portraits on the walls of what may be former kings. And there are these sort of tall candelabras which light the room.
Presume you're the king.
That's me. And he sits back down once you're all sort of there. It's like he stood actually for you to all enter. And he sits. I have a task for you. You see, I have a daughter, and, well, I had a daughter. I also had a jester. About 2 weeks ago, both of them went missing. Now, I'm not really sure what the cause of this is, but she's very young. She's 13.
Might I ask what a jester is?
Sparky Dude is one.
They're really not from around here, are they?
No, they're not.
I have no idea what jester is. Why are you saying I am this?
Jester's an entertainer. He's sort of a clown, a juggler, a talented individual.
I feel like I should be insulted by this.
You should.
He was very talented, a little on the dark side with his humor, but they both went missing about 2 weeks ago, and I'm willing to pay very handsomely for someone to get her back. The problem is I can't really use Finch in the Time Watch for it because, well, I like to keep them for more secret underground things. Anything that might draw attention is frowned upon.
I don't want gold.
What would you like?
I have some friends that just went onto the slave trade market. Give them their freedom, and I'll bring you both your daughter and the jester.
I'm sure we can arrange something.